What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? Good morning, my man.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. How are you doing, man?
Good. Doing a lot better this time around.
Yeah, congratulations, my man. 50 G's richer.
I know, man. It feels amazing. Like I envisioned this whole thing, so it's like to get the bonus was crazy. I was like waiting for it to happen. I was like on Twitter. I was like, when are they gonna announce this? I had to get this thing.
That's amazing, man. Congratulations, brother.
Thank
How was the trip there and back?
It wasn't too bad, It was like the time zone was kind of crazy, the 6 hours. I tried to adjust quick, the first night, but I didn't really sleep up until after weigh-ins. That night I got like the first couple hours of sleep that I got there. It was pretty rough, but it was weird because at night I was like, all right, I feel tired. It's 11 p.m. time to go to bed, but I would lay down and then I wouldn't fall asleep for like a while. So I was like, oh man, like I can't fall asleep. But yeah, last night was actually like my first time getting like full sleep, like a good 8 hours. But it was weird because I went to bed early, like 10:30 at night, and then I woke up at 6 a.m. I never do. So I was sorry, someone was calling my phone. Yeah, I woke up at like 6 a.m. and I was like, man, I never wake up this early. But I guess my body was like kind of thinking it was 12 p.m. Like
Mm.
it was still there. So I woke up like full of energy at 6 a.m. So I just kind of laid there and I was watching the rest of the MMA hour, just kind of hanging out.
Nice, nice.
It actually happened. What happened was the plane didn't even have Wi-Fi or anything. So I was on there. I was like, I can't even watch this thing.
Oh,
I was so
man.
yeah, so I felt like I was reading books and stuff on the plane. I actually, I caught a couple hours of sleep, but I was so mad. I was like, oh, I was looking forward to watching it, and then like they were like, yeah, we have no Wi-Fi. I was like, oh, come on.
Brutal, brutal. So, what books did you read?
I have this book right here. It's called Beyond Fear.
Oh, sweet.
It's this guy Don Miguel Ruiz. I've read a bunch of his books, The Four Agreements, and then this one's pretty good itself.
Awesome, awesome. So,
Yeah.
how was the weight cut when you were in Poland?
You know what? It went a little bit more difficult than the last few times. I showed up at like 150, and usually I show up at like 147. So it was like a 3 pound difference, and that kind of set me back a little bit. I was like, ah, shit, I gotta make up for this lost time, with the flight and everything. I missed out on a workout, and I guess I retained some water, because of the flight. But the last day was hard. It came off pretty quick. But then the last day I had 4 pounds left, and I was already kind of hurting a little bit from losing the 10 pounds, and but I got it off, and I got the job done. So
Perfect. How was Gdansk? Is that how you pronounce it? Do you pronounce it with a G?
I don't know. Some people were saying Gdansk. I was saying Dansk or
That's what I
Don.
thought it was. Yeah.
Names. I thought it was a silent G,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it was cool, man. The architecture, the buildings, and everything was like really cool to see. The streets were different, the bricks and everything. So it was a different atmosphere. The people were cool. I mean, some of the people seemed like kind of standoffish, like the Polish people, but the fans were great, man. They were like really respectful. They cheered for me. They didn't boo me, which I was surprised about. But I think especially after the fight, I gained a lot of their respect. So they were really cool. Taking pictures with me. Clapping for me. So that was nice.
That's cool. So the atmosphere wasn't as hostile as in Brazil.
Oh no, not even close, man. Like when I walked out, I was like, all right, what's this gonna be like? I was taking it all in. I was looking out at the crowd, but they were like clapping and stuff, and they weren't really like getting rowdy at all. So it was a lot different.
That's cool. So how
Yeah.
did you feel about the fight overall, my man?
Oh, I felt so happy. It's crazy because like my potential is still growing, and it's not even that it's growing, but there's so much there that I haven't shown yet, which I think it just takes time. As you fight and as you get in the cage more, you start to let loose and show your game. But with this fight, I did everything I said I wanted to do. I wanted to be meaner with my stand up. I didn't want to rush in on takedowns just for comfort, just to try to get the fight down to the ground to avoid taking some shots. I took some big shots in the beginning, some spinning side kicks that hurt me, but I kept coming forward, and I really got mean in there, and I got in his face the whole fight, and I put hands on him, and I got a late finish against a guy who's never been finished in his career, I don't think. So
Mm,
I was really happy with the performance, but I look forward to putting on even more of a performance in the future.
absolutely. You mentioned it put you back in good spirits. I saw you got some good celebrations in after the fight as well. What did you do though after the fight?
Yeah, I'm not much of a drinker myself, but I had one or two drinks, with the guys that I came with, my striking coach Nabi, my dad, and my brother Mac, and we just enjoyed some food, some drinks, and just hung out. And then I was pretty banged up, pretty sore, so I just went back to my room and laid down for a little bit and just kind of like talked to people, called my girlfriend, called my mom, and just soaked it all in, man. It was crazy. It was crazy to get in a war like that. It was really good. I had that guillotine early on, and I was thinking, if I would have had that, if you would have tapped, this whole thing would have never happened. I would have never got that 50 G's. It would have been
Yeah.
a quick night, a quick submission, and I would have got the bonus. So I was like, looking back on it, like I'm glad he toughed it out. And honestly, credit to Damian, much respect to him for being as tough as he is, because it brought the best out of me, and it allowed me to show my potential in there. So I was happy about that.
Well said, my man. Well said. It was an excellent performance by both of you guys. I was curious, what did your dad think of the experience?
He was excited, man. He was like, he's been in my corner before, but this is a whole different thing. So I think he just tries to keep it calm for me, because for the most part I'm a calm guy. I keep it cool, calm, collected in the locker room. I don't get crazy. So I think he was just kind of sitting off to the side, like just let me do my thing. But I think overall it was a really cool experience for him to be out there, walk down the cage with me and hear the fans. It was a pretty packed arena, and I think he loved it, man. It was a cool experience, and like for me to be able to bring him along, it was awesome.
That's so amazing, man. I saw in your post-fight interview backstage, you said, "Yeah, I want to get that 50 G so I could pay my dad rent." I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't even pay rent, but I still live home, so I'm just throwing that out there because he
Right,
was
right.
watching the interview.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he
That
was
was great.
watching. It was funny, yeah. Like, but they don't charge me nothing. But I'm trying to get out of here, so it's good I got the bonus.
Yeah, right. I was gonna ask you if you had plans to make your moves out of there since you won a couple of bonuses now.
Yeah, I'm talking to my financial advisor. Me and my girlfriend want to look at like some condos or a house. Nothing. I'm in no rush, but
Yeah.
I definitely want to do that. I mean, the bonuses help for sure, but I think with when it comes to a condo or a house, you need to show like 2 years of some solid income. So I
Mm-hmm.
might have to wait another year, but it's no big deal. It is exciting though to at least have the funds, to have the money coming in to be able to do it. So I look forward to it.
Yeah, to even have the ability to think that direction, right?
Yeah, exactly. So now it's exciting to be able to plan for it and to foresee it, in the near future.
Absolutely. Are you friends with Alec Quinton? Maybe get him to help you out, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know Al. We're not like close friends or anything, but I know him through the training in New York and everything. So yeah, maybe I'll have to hit him up for some realty action.
Yeah, yeah. Him or Aljo, right?
Yeah, I'm selling Aljo, so it was cool. I saw him over there, and yeah, he's all about that real estate too. So maybe I'll have to hit those guys up and see what's up.
Yeah, they're local to you. They're close by, so maybe they'll hook you up or something, right?
Yeah, for sure.
There you go. I saw after the fight, you did a little strut to my man Mike Perry.
Yeah.
What was that about? Tell me a little bit about that.
It was funny actually. Like I'm always on the internet, like looking at stuff, and I saw like his picks. The night before he picked against me, but then like during the fight, I take everything in. It's kind of crazy. Like I see the people in the crowd, like near the cage. I see him and Aljo sitting over there, and they're cheering me on and like giving me advice during the fight. And I'm like, oh, there's Perry. I swayed him onto my side now, didn't I? Because like I started doing some things in the fight. I think he was, it was an exciting fight. He was having fun watching it. But after the fight, just so happened when I was running around the cage, I spotted them too, and they were like clapping for me and like cheering me on. And I was like, oh, let me get this chicken dance going for
Yeah,
my Perry, because I saw he did that his last fight. So he was loving it though. It was hilarious.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
My
man.
man. So you said in the post-fight interview in the cage you wanted a top 15 guy next. Is there anyone that sparks your interest that's kind of higher on the list of guys?
Yeah, you know what? I also watched an interview with Marlon Vera before my fight, and like I really wanted to remind myself of that fight before I fought this fight, because it just devastated me so much to not perform. To get caught really early on in the fight and not show my potential. And I was like, I told myself before this fight, I was like, I'm going in there to go in for a war. Like I don't care about getting hit, what happens. I'm going in to perform. I'm getting in this guy's face, and I'm going to show my potential because the last fight, it was just so devastating to not be able to do that. So I heard him talking a little bit about me overlooking him, and that's not the case. I never would overlook an opponent. I respect everyone that gets in there, and I know he had solid jiu-jitsu going into that fight. I just made a stupid mistake by rushing in, shooting in early on when I didn't have to. I think if I would have fought him the way I fought Damian, things would have went differently. But you can't look back that way. I take what I take from it, and it was a blessing. It made me come out this fight even better and get this victory. So it just pissed me off though that he thought I overlooked him and whatever. So I know he's fighting Lineker, and I think that's a good fight. But I think Lineker probably will come out on top in that fight. It could go either way, but if Lineker does come out on top, I still want that fight. I still want to stick to my word. But also, I saw on Twitter Thomas Almeida's looking for a fight in December, and I'm looking for a fight in December too. Hopefully December 30th in Vegas, and he's a good matchup for me as well. And he's a top 10 guy, so if he's looking for someone to scrap with, I'm down for that as well.
December 30th. That's a pretty quick turnaround. Do you like those quick turnarounds?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm 31, and not that I'm old really, but in the sport, I'm kind of old. It's like I haven't taken damage, fortunately, so I'm really healthy. I'm in good shape, ready to go, and I don't have any injuries, so I want to stay active. I'm very professional. I stay healthy all year round. I stay in shape. I'm not one of these guys that really takes breaks. So if they're gonna offer me something, I'm gonna take it. I really, December 30th, it's not that close, but it's not far. So it's kind of perfect for me. It gives me like 2 to 3 weeks to kind of recover and just, get myself regathered and hit the reset button. And that would be perfect for me. I'm down for that.
You want to fight a guy in the top 15. Do you feel like it's important that it is a guy in the top 15, or do you feel like the rankings matter at all?
Some people don't think the rankings matter. I think it does, and to an extent. I think once you get up close to the title, it's kind of like it's a little different. But for me, as someone who's out of the top 15, it's important to fight someone ahead of you. So it's really not about who. It's about whoever that is ahead of me in the rankings. And I think I'm like number 20 now. I'm not sure where they have me, but I think I'm ready for those guys. Marlon Vera was a hiccup, a speed bump. It happens. I know he's up in the top 15 now. He's fighting number 5, so I know I'm right there. You know what I mean? I just want to fight the best guys, and right now I just fought my 3rd fight. It's time to renegotiate my contract and try to work out a new deal. So if I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna get some more money, I want to make my way up. It doesn't matter if it's a little slow, but let's start with, somewhere in the 10 to 15, and then we'll move up from there.
Absolutely. That makes sense. So it's not really about just getting somebody who's ranked to get your name out there, but it's to proceed your career farther and quicker, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just to move forward. I don't want.
Yeah.
I'll fight anybody, but I don't want to move backwards and fight. After you lose, you really have no say. Like Damian was a step behind Marlon, but he was a tougher opponent in my opinion as far as the whole fight goes. I got caught with Marlon, yeah, but like, man, that guy had some heart. That was a war. That was a harder fight. You know what I mean? Not to say he's a better fighter, just that fight was a harder fight, and it's just crazy how it works. But yeah, I want to fight guys that are ahead of me in the rankings, whether they matter or not. I know if I beat a guy ahead of me, it's just going to propel me into the next spot. So
correct. So what have you got planned next, my man? Are you going to be in New York for a while? Are you planning any trips or anything, or what have you got next?
Yeah, I'm going to be in New York, up until the November 10th. I'm going to California with my girlfriend from the 10th to the 14th. So we're going to just hang out and vacation out there for like 4 days. I might get some training in. I kind of feel bad because I put her through like 3 training camps back to back to back now. So it's like, I kind of want to give her some lenient time, just hang out, relax. But I also got to do my networking out there and try to meet people and connect and get some good training going. So I'm going to try to do that maybe 1 or 2 days. But other than that, I'm trying to get to the MSG card, UFC 217. I talked to Jeff Novinsky. He was on my ride back to the airport. And he took my number and he was like, "I'll try to hook you up, and talk to who I got to talk to for that." So yeah, I'm looking to get to that card and be a guest fighter at that show. and then just get back to training. Other than that, man, I'm excited to keep this momentum going. I really believe in the momentum when you win and perform like that. Like, I just want to feed off of that and keep going.
Absolutely, that's amazing, man. 217. You mentioned you're trying to get there or be there. I think I'm gonna be there too. So
Oh yeah.
if I get lost or something, I'll hit you up. All right.
Yeah, man, hit me up when you're in town. We'll link up, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have to show me the good spots to get some food or something.
Yeah, definitely. I think me, my striking coach, my brother, my dad, I think we're all gonna go over there, get some food. You're more than welcome to join. When are you coming in?
I think they have us coming in on the 3rd.
Are you gonna be
So
like a media member there, or are you just being in attendance?
for this one, I'll just be like in attendance, but I'll be doing my own thing,
Yeah,
working a little bit. So
yeah, man. We'll catch up. We'll meet up for sure.
for sure, absolutely, my man, absolutely. Well, Brian, it was good to speak to you as always, my man. It was a pleasure. Congratulations again on another fantastic performance, my man. 50 G's. It's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, man. It feels amazing. Thanks a lot for the interview, man. It's always a good time talking to you, and I'll see you in New York for sure. Hit me up.
All right, my man. Boom. Take care, brother. Thank you.
Boom. Thanks, man.